Have you ever scrolled through your feed and wondered, is this what beautiful looks like everywhere? It's a fascinating question. We're constantly bombarded with images of the ideal look, but is that ideal the same in Tokyo as it is in Toronto, or in Lagos as it is in Los Angeles? Let's dive into the captivating world of beauty standards. For centuries, philosophers and artists have debated whether beauty is an objective truth or purely in the eye of the beholder. On one hand, you have scientific arguments suggesting that certain features, like facial symmetry, are universally perceived as attractive. This is often linked to evolutionary psychology, where symmetry might signal good health and strong genes, making it a desirable trait for survival and reproduction across cultures. Think about it. A balanced, symmetrical face just feels pleasant to look at, doesn't it? There's a certain harmony there that our brains seem wired to appreciate. But then, you step outside the lab and into the real world, and things get a lot more colorful and complex. The cultural aspect of beauty is impossible to ignore. What one society celebrates, another might not even notice. For example, in some parts of West Africa and the Caribbean, fuller figures have traditionally been celebrated as symbols of health, wealth, and fertility. This stands in stark contrast to the slender body type that has often been promoted in Western fashion magazines. Let's travel to Asia. In many East Asian cultures, a pale complexion has been prized for centuries, historically signifying a life of privilege away from manual labor in the sun. This has led to a huge market for skin-lightening products. Meanwhile, in many Western countries, a tan is often seen as a sign of leisure, health, and having the time and money for beach vacations. It's the same feature skin tone viewed through completely different cultural lenses. And it doesn't stop there. Think about body modifications. The long-necked women of the Kayan tribe in Myanmar use brass rings to elongate their necks, a practice considered the ultimate sign of beauty and cultural identity. In Ethiopia's Mursi tribe, lip plates are a cherished tradition for women, symbolizing social status and eligibility for marriage. These practices, which might seem extreme to outsiders, are deeply ingrained in their respective cultures as powerful expressions of beauty. Even within a single culture, beauty standards are constantly shifting. Just look at the West over the last century. We went from the curvy icons of the 1950s, like Marilyn Monroe, to the ultra-thin, heroin chic look of the 1990s. And now we're seeing a growing movement towards body positivity and celebrating a wider range of shapes and sizes. The ideal is always in motion, influenced by media, social movements, and global trends. The rise of social media has added another layer to this. On one hand, it has the power to homogenize beauty standards, spreading a very specific, often digitally altered look across the globe. We see the same filters, the same poses, the same influencer-driven trends everywhere. But on the other hand, social media has also given a platform to diverse voices. People from all over the world can now share their unique looks and cultural traditions, challenging the mainstream narrative and showing us that beauty comes in an incredible, breathtaking variety of forms. So, are beauty standards universal? The answer seems to be both yes and no. There might be some subtle, underlying biological preferences for things like symmetry, but the vibrant, diverse, and ever-changing tapestry of cultural practices shows us that the real definition of beauty is written by society, by history, and ultimately, by us. True beauty isn't about fitting into one single mold. It's about the stories we tell, the traditions we honor, and the confidence with which we present ourselves to the world. What do you find beautiful? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the world of beauty, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that makes you think. See you next time.